I'm Thabit. Today we are reviewing one of my favorite pieces of guitar gear, and that's been around for a while. It's the Simplifier DLX by DSM and Humboldt, which is a Chilean company, a boutique pedal company, I would call them, from Chile, and they have amazing products. First of all, this video is entirely not sponsored by anyone. I bought this Simplifier Deluxe pedal with my own money, but I really enjoy using this pedal so much, and I wanted to review it as I stated in many other videos on my channel here. So it's really good to finally have the time to be able to review this pedal. Okay, so this is the box, of course. We're gonna do a quick unboxing. It's unboxed already because I had it since 2021. You can see it comes nicely packaged with this protective sheet with the logo of DSM and Humboldt. You get the manual here, which is very good for a quick start, and you get the pedal and the foot switch, which can switch the channel or the reverb. It is a dual channel 0-watt amplifier, that's what they call it, and it is indeed an amazing piece of engineering, especially for an analog amp sim. I can't describe it enough. It's really amazing, and it's quite complicated, contrary to the name, but it simplifies your life maybe in different ways when you're playing. So of course it's hand built in Chile. I have here my Velcro on it, but I kept the serial number visible. Its serial number is 1325. So what does it basically do? It basically is an amp in a pedal format. It's pedal board friendly, it's very small, or you can integrate your pedal board with it thanks to the FX loops that are already built in, and you have so many options. It's endless. You can do a lot of routing here. So you have stereo return for the FX loop. You can plug two guitars in it. You can take a through output, which bypasses the whole pedal and go to another amp. So it can be using basically the simplifier for one side and your amp for another. It can also do parallel amps. It's endless. The outputs also is very nicely thought of. So you have two XLR outputs. If you're using one output only, normally you will have just one section of the power amp. And if you are using two, you can use two sections of the power amp depending on the settings, because you can set it to stereo, to parallel, to mono, and combine. You can really play a lot with this one. And you also have direct jack out, and for these particular two, you can also switch the cab sim on and off. If you want to bypass the entire cab section, you can just bypass it and use your own cab IR loader or go into a DAW and record with it. It can be a little overwhelming when you look at it, but it can be easily understood. So the logic is nice. Basically, you have a preamp section for channel A and a preamp section for channel B, and you have a power amp section A or B, left or right. In each preamp you have first toggle switches that can change between three types of amp. So you have AC Brett, which is an AC 30ish, you have an American, which is a Fenderish kind of tone, and you have an MS Brett, which is basically a Marshall. Also, you have the option to select the mode of each amp. So you can select between clean, crunch, or lead, different stages of the gain. And you have the gain knob, you have your EQ, so bass, middle, treble, and you have the level. Same thing applies for the second channel. Now on the power section row, you actually have the following. You can select a cab style, so you have a combo, which is a 1x12, a stack, and a twin. A stack will be 4x12, and a twin is a 2x12. And you have the option to select the tubes, the power tubes. So you have KT88, EL34, and 6L6, depending on your preference. You have a mic position knob, which will change basically how the mic is positioned, how it is simulating that, of course, unless there is a tiny cab and some microphone inside. It's magic, but it's engineering after all. And there's the resonance knob and the presence knob to control your power amp section. Same applies for the second one. And here you also have the option to select a reverb on each side. So reverb level, or the mix of the reverb, and you can select between room, ether, and plate. Of course, you have headphone outs and AUX in, so you can jam along, put your headphones and the headphone level to control. I'm gonna plug my Fender American Stratocaster into this pedal, and I'm gonna go XLR out, no stereo, just a mono, and into my DAW. And we're gonna try the FX loop with a delay pedal, and we're gonna see how it reacts also with a drive before the pedal. Let's jump straight to the demo. This is gonna be a long video, so bear with me and use the chapters. I'm gonna be talking between the playing, so you will have more explanation of what I'm doing. We are on channel B, which is the slightly cleaner channel. Both channels are pretty similar, except that channel A, when pushed in the lead and crunch mode, it will be more grainy. Channel B, almost no difference. Reverb is set to room, it's plate, sorry. That's room. And you have the plate setting, which is my favorite. Okay, and there is the ethereal, which is a very long decay. And for the cab section, basically when we are using just one out, which is now the XLR left, so we have the left channel for the power amp and the cab section. So here we have EL34 tubes. Okay, let's put it on 6L6 as we are using a Fenderish kind of tone. Then raise the presence, maybe the resonance as well. And it's set to stack now, so we will set it to twin. Add the reverb back. Okay, so let's set channel A. So I want channel A to be MS Brett, which is a Marshall, and I want to put it on crunch. Let's dial the mids back, add some treble, some bass, okay, and increase the gain. On this thing is amazing. The pick attack, it's really dynamic. It feels like an amp. So it's almost clean now. I'm gonna set the reverb back to plate. You can turn it off, of course. Back to clean. Bridge pickup. Almost DI-ish. Okay, we can also raise the gain on the clean channel. Got the mids. Of course, we are still always using this channel. So if you want to set it from the toggle switches here to have parallel amps or something like that, it will be different. But I don't want to dig into that, or the video will be like 40 minutes long. So we are always using the power and cab section on the left side, regardless of the preamp section. So now I'm on channel B, which is the cleaner one in this setting, and I'm using, of course, the Fender clean, so it's called American, which is a Fender style, and I'm using a twin cab. So let's change the cab on cab with the same one. Let's put it on a combo. Back to twin. You can notice the difference immediately, and the position, the mic, more bright, the resonance in the power section. So you can mix and match, of course. Let's switch back to channel A, which is the higher gain, and we're gonna put it now into a stack, since we are trying to make a Marshall tone, and we're gonna put it on EL34s, give it more resonance, and dial back the presence. And now let's put it on lead, or maybe clean. It's still a bit gainy because of course it's a, but it cleans really nice. Response to touch. This is one great thing about the Simplifier in general, that it is really responsive to touch. It's probably, to me, it's the most close analog amp sim to the feel of a tube amp, which is really nice. This is something I really enjoy. It's so close that if you do it in a blind test, it will be really hard to distinguish. Especially once you get into those edge of breakup tones. Now let's put it to lead. Higher gain. Maybe with a KT. Channel B, now I'm gonna set it to the AC bridge, which is trying to emulate Vox AC30, of course. So dial back the level a little bit. You can easily clip your pre's if you go too far with it. And I'll put it to twin, or maybe a combo. Give it more gain. Put it to higher again. Very close to clipping my pre's here. So style it back, set it to crunch now. Immediately you can feel the jangly feel of an AC amp. Does it really do the AC amp correctly or very accurately? Probably not. This is something about Vox amps. They are very hard to emulate. I've tried a lot of things, digital and analog, that try to do that, and it's not easy. But you get the vibe of it. Very nice. Let's try the lead. Okay, so let's switch back to channel A. Let it back. Stack EL34. Okay, now let's try the FX loop actually. Let's see how does this thing take pedals. And I'm going to use this particularly with this amazing vintage Boss DSD3. It's an old 1980s Japanese model. As you can see, the blue label here. Let's hope it's still working. I haven't tested it. This basically is more of a DD3, the famous Boss DD3, but it has a sampler function. You can put triggers and stuff in it. Really interesting pedal, and it works. As you can see, I'm gonna turn the reverb off. Let's see how it goes. All right, we are on channel A. And add more repeats. Yeah, we're gonna test it with drive pedals, see how it reacts to drive pedals. An angry driver, which is a Boss JHS collaboration. It's amazing. It can do low gain and high gain because it has a blues driver, and an angry Charlie. This is clean. With the reverb. And now with the blues driver. Less gain, maybe. Well, this back. So let's try something gainier. I really love it. So what do I think of the Simplifier? It's really an amazing piece of gear. How does it fare against digital modelers? To be honest, I'm a more of an old school person, although I use a lot of digital plugins and I've used digital modelers in the past. But the beauty of this solution is its simplicity. Although again, it has a lot of knobs, but it's easy to understand and it's easy to use. You don't have to dig into menus and into endless apps and digital stuff, which is still useful, and I use that a lot. But this gets you going really fast, and it really helps when you just want to dial in a tone and play. The other benefit of the Simplifier, which I really find it a top-notch feature, is the feel, the connection between the player and the unit itself. It really feels almost as if you're playing through a tube amp. In my opinion, this is the closest you can get to the feel and touch response and sensitivity and volume knob sensitivity. There's the new DSP stuff, there's the Helix, the Fractal, the Kemper, all of those amazing pieces of gear. But this one, to me, is really good and I really enjoy it. And I am not afraid to buy it again or buy the new model, probably the Mark II, as I said, just to keep it more simple and use my other pedals for the gain and distortion and overdrive. All in all, this was the review for the Simplifier. It's a long video, so if you're still watching, thanks for bearing with this long review. It really doesn't give this pedal enough justice. If you want to go into all the features, it will take us hours here on this video. So if you enjoyed it, please like, let me know in the comments below, what do you use for guitar modelers? Do you use the Simplifier? Have you tried the new models, the Mark II and the Simplifier X? And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed my videos. You can also check my music, which is available in my channel and available on other streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, you name it, and all that. Until next time, I wish you all the best. Keep playing, keep rocking, enjoy the music, enjoy the journey. Cheers.